Hi friends, it's Anne here, and today's video is my 10th update for my project pan for 2021. So I am doing this in the team project pan style where you have like a range of products over various different categories. I have stuck it to a bit of a smaller range. I'm really just doing makeup at this point. And yeah, I'm like kind of following what Kat and Haley are doing. Haley is doing it a bit different. She's doing like sort of a quarterly thing. But yeah, this is basically sort of like a rolling project. I've been using sort of the quarterly times to refresh if there's anything I want to refresh. And yeah, let's just get straight into the products. The first product that I have is the Benefit Boing Brightening Concealer. Now, I don't know why I bothered taking the pictures because it still has not hit pan and it still looks the exact same. In the photo, you might see like what might look like pan. That's because I stuck a pin in it to see how far down it is. And I'm really close, like it's right there. But it's just the way I use this product. I use so little, and yeah, there's a lot of product in this little guy. So kind of disappointed that I put this in the project because from like a visual perspective, it like has no satisfaction. But I am at least getting through this product. It will take a lifetime though. I'm just so surprised. Like this is just a little mini and it's like gonna last me forever. So last month this was 12.68 grams. It's now 12.46 grams. So that's a difference of 0.22 grams. Still plugging away at the Tarte Blush Bazaar. This is from 2017. No new pans. Still working away. I am focusing on this one. I'm not sure if in the photo, I'll put the photo up, I can see the ring really clearly now on this one, like the ridge of it. I just can't actually see it. So I know I will hit pan. I don't know if it'll be next month just because I don't want to like bet on that, but I'll be kind of disappointed if I actually don't hit pan on this shade by the end of the year because the shade I'm talking about is Angelic, because like I'm really working it. I'm really using that shade. I still am kind of dipping into the highlighters. I dip into this one, but I haven't really used much of the other blushes. Again, this one, this highlighter here, I can definitely see the ring. It's just more hard pressed than this highlighter, so it's taking longer to get through it. But again, I think I'm gonna hit pan on this. Again, don't want to like say end of November, but end of the year, end of the project for sure. I hope. Last update, this was 126.5 grams. It's now 126.26 grams. So that's a difference of 0.24 grams. Last month was a big month. I had, I think, 3 products that I finished, and I brought in 3 products. This month, a little smaller, but I have a product that's finished, and it's little. This is the Milani, I think it's called Stay Put Lip Liner in 04 All Natural. This is what we got, guys. Look how little it is. I'll put the photo up so you can see how small it is. It's definitely like, I could keep using this and I might keep it around and see if I can use it a little bit more. My challenge is, so when I put it in the lid here, I'm afraid to press it all the way in because it will disappear. It's definitely obviously much shorter than the lid. So you can see like if I push it in too far, then it's going to disappear. So I've just been kind of gently kind of doing this and hoping for the best. But that's one of the reasons why I'm calling it, because if I accidentally push that in and I can't get it back out again, I can't like take a photo or like use it anymore. So I'm calling it. I do know that people though will sharpen them, like you can get them even smaller than this. This is about as far as I usually go with a lip liner anyway. I find it awkward to use when it's any smaller than this. So yay, finished a lip liner. And this one took quite some time, and it's a smaller, like compared to some of the lengths of the other lip liners, Milani's aren't super long. They're like sort of an average length, but you know how some of them are like really long? Last month this was 1.96 grams. It's now 1.76 grams. That's the difference of 0.2 grams. In total, throughout the project, I used 1.12 grams of this lip liner. Next item is the Smashbox Photo Finish Primer Water in something citrus, centering citrus. And as you can see, the little lines, they're going down ever so evenly paced. This past month, I don't think I used as much as I did the previous month, and it is going to be a race to the finish. If you kind of look at the lines and kind of mentally measure out, it's like, yeah, it's going to be right on the mark. So I need to make sure I do use this. I keep actually forgetting to use this. The past few days I've forgotten to use this like as a primer, and then I'm just like, oh yeah, make sure I spray my face with this. So I'll spray it like later in the day or like after I finish my makeup, which I was doing that before too. Like sometimes I was using it as a primer, and then sometimes I was using it as just like a sort of, I don't want to call it a finishing spray, but like, yeah, something to sort of like meld all the powders together. So yeah, this one's going to be a photo finish. This one will be exciting. Who knows if it will be done. Last month this was 28.64 grams. It's now 57.02 grams. So that's a difference of 11.62 grams. Next item in the project is this Tarte Clay Stick foundation in the shade Light Beige. Again, will probably be a photo finish, but I'm not too concerned that I will finish this. Looking by how much I have left and how much I've been able to use, I'm pretty sure I can finish this by the end of the project, or pretty darn close. Again, it's not a product that like I probably won't, I don't know, I might keep it around and dig into it because I do really like this foundation. It's quite nice. It's what I have on today. I wear it most days. I'm kind of working on another foundation like on the offline, on the down low. It's one that's like, I know it's close to being finished, so I just periodically use it. So I'm hoping it might be in this month empties or next month empties. I'm not 100% sure. But anyway, yeah, this is another, it's going to be my last empties. It's going to be very thrilling. Will she or won't she finish the items? Stay tuned. Sorry, I'm clearly in a weird mood. Last month this was 36.96. It's now 35.89. So that's a difference of 1.07 grams. So it's interesting that like for a stick foundation, I use about a gram a month, whereas with like a liquid foundation, it usually ends up being like 3 to 4 grams, sometimes close to 5 grams a month. Next item is this Sephora Mineral Compact Foundation in the shade R15. And my friends, we've hit pan! Yay! So the pan here is going to look a little different than the pan in the pictures. I took the pictures like a few days ago because I've been, I don't want to get into it, but it's been some crazy times right now. And anyway, so yeah, like I used it today and the pan's getting bigger. It is pretty thin in the middle, so I feel like that pan is going to grow in the middle pretty quickly. Finally, it's took a really long time. It's an okay powder. I don't even know if you can buy this anymore. It's kind of like a middle of the road. It's neither here nor there. Sometimes it can look a bit powdery, and other times it looks just fine. It's probably dependent on my usage. If I use too much of it, it's probably when it looks powdery. So last update, this was 49.79 grams. It's now 48.84 grams. That's a difference of 0.95 grams, which I think is better than previous months. Next item in my project is the e.l.f. Shimmer palette. So I thought I was the only person in the world that had this, but it appears that Misty Pans had this as well, and she actually finished this up. Now, last update I said, I'm okay if I don't really finish this up, but now I feel slightly motivated. She was able to finish it, why can't I? So, I don't know. Now I'm having mixed feelings, but I don't think I will. I think I'm going to just use, I've kind of committed to using as much as this one as I can. It'd be nice if I hit pan on these two shades. I might hit pan on this one, the pink one. But yeah, like it's a pretty good product. I don't think it's sold anymore, which is kind of a shame because I wouldn't mind actually like repurchasing a fresh one. I think like that's really the only reason why I'm decluttering this. This is a cream product and it's starting to look a little rough. And it's like, I don't know how old this is, so it makes me a little nervous. I mean, it's just on your face at least. But yeah, like it is a really nice product. So it would be nice if they still have this or if they like bring out something similar in the future. My only complaint is they all kind of look pretty icy. Like they're very, very icy undertone to them, a bit intense at times. But I do like to layer them. They kind of work really well as like a layering type product. So last month this was 68.16 grams. It's now 68.1 grams. That's a difference of 0.06 grams. Next item is a Becca highlighter in Moonstone. Obviously this is just a mini. I feel like the progress on this is really good. I haven't done I haven't edited my photos yet, so I don't know exactly what this looks like compared to what it did last month, but I feel like we're moving along. Again, will she or won't she finish this by the end of the year? I don't know, but I'm hoping I will. I did see a full size of this in Marshall's. I didn't buy it. I thought about it, so I don't know if I mentioned this in my vlog. I recorded some stuff, but then never actually recorded it. They had a bunch of the rose quartz one, and I feel like I would like that one. I also didn't buy it. I feel like I'm kind of like, I'm ready to let go. Because there's other highlighters, like newer ones, that I'd rather try. Like, I'd rather spend my money on something that's newer coming out than something that's like outdated, especially like having a YouTube channel. It'd be different maybe if I didn't have a YouTube channel. I might consider buying them, just like using them. But if I'm adding to my collection because I'm wanting to review products or try something new, buying something that's like outdated and you can't get anymore is not super helpful, if you know what I mean. So if that makes any sense. So yeah, I ended up not buying it. So yeah, I feel like this is moving along pretty well. I'm happy with it. Last month this was 23.57 grams. It's now 23.47 grams. That's a difference of 0.1 grams. So I'm a bit of an idiot, and I don't know if anybody caught this in my Pan That palette update, because I sure didn't until I started doing my photos for this project. I was like, oh, whoops. So I forgot that I was like saying I was working on the 3 pans. You've already seen this palette from that update if you watched that video, so this isn't a surprise, but I'm working on these 2 pans for the Pan That palette, but I've decided to merge this over to this project, so the bronzer is in this project. So I showed this and was like, yeah, I'm working on these 3, forgetting that the bronzer part is for this project. So I'm going to try and remember next time to keep this one covered when I do that update, so that it's not like I'm purposely divvying up the pans for the projects, and hopefully not mixing it up too much. But yeah, I'm a little disappointed I've not hit pan on this. I thought I would have hit pan on this, to be honest. It is pretty darn close. I was actually nervous. I've already taken the photos and I'm like, I hope I don't hit. I was actually hoping I didn't hit pan, like before I filmed this, because it's like, oh, that's gonna be awkward. But no, I haven't hit pan yet. But next month, I'll be surprised if I don't hit pan next month for sure, because it's really, really close. And I also lied in that video and said I haven't been weighing these palettes, because in respect to that video, I wasn't weighing them. Like, I had a table that I had been updating and weighing these, but I haven't updated that in a while. But I forgot that I did weigh this last month, because I'm weighing it now because it's part of this project. It's too many things, clearly, for me to remember or understand or think about. So anyway, last month this did weigh 111.31 grams. It's now 110.04 grams, so that's a difference of 1.27 grams. I'm also working on the Essence Make Me Brow. I just introduced this last month. I feel like there's not a lot of product. I don't know if it's just mine's dried out, but I feel like the product is like just on the very, very tip. Like if I do this, there's like not a whole lot, but if I do this, there we go, there I got the product. And my hand just looks dirty. But yeah, this is not a product I can use on its own. I have such sparse brows and they're kind of really long. They're like super awkward. I have to like trim them because they're like grandpa brows, but they're super like thin. Like, I don't have a lot of them, so I can't just use this on its own. One thing that I can do is, like, if I brush this through and I sort of pat down my brows, it works a little bit, but I still have to shape my brows with like a powder or a pencil or something else, or like a pomade. So that's what I've been doing. Like, I never really use this on its own. I do realize I probably should get the darker shade in this. This one is the soft brownie brows. I think it's just a little too light. It's working well because I have been using like a deeper powder, or like I've been using the ABH pomade, which this with the ABH pomade, because I have that in taupe, are fairly similar in shade. If you're ever curious if you have one or the other and you're wondering about shade, they're actually fairly similar in shade. So my brows end up being probably a little too, they're not the right shade for my face, but because I have such awkward brows, it's not a bad thing. Like, sometimes we don't really want to emphasize them a little too much. Just give them a bit of shape, but don't draw too much attention to the fact that they're super wonky. That's one of the reasons why I like having bangs. It sort of deceives the eye a little bit and helps blend that in a bit. But I'm actually surprised too. I weighed this and there's a weight change, which I'm actually super excited about. I was kind of nervous that this was going to be one of those products that, because you don't use a lot of it, the weight wouldn't change. So last month when I introduced this, it was 8.75 grams. It's now 8.52 grams. That's a difference of 0.23 grams. And the last product that I introduced last month was this little single eyeshadow. This is in the shade Chandelier from NYX. I think you can maybe see, like, even from when I hold it like this. Yeah, show it a little closer. You can see there's a dip in there. Like, it has a pretty good dip. I don't know if I'll hit pan in November, but again, I don't even know if I'll hit pan by the end of the year, to be honest, on this one. It is a pretty deep pan. I'd like to hit pan by the end of the year. I think it's possible. I will have to, like, divert or focus attention on it. Like, it won't just happen organically. Like, I will definitely have to purposely make sure I use this enough times to get there. I do like the shade. It works really well actually with my Pan That palette and just even other stuff that I'm bringing in. It's a pretty nice light shade that just sort of complements other stuff and sort of brings in like this cool neutral tone to different eye looks that I've been doing lately. So when I introduced this, it was 3.03 grams. It's now an even 3 grams. And because I finished that lip liner from Milani, I was like, I think I want to add in another item because for some reason I'm liking that I have 11 items in this project, so I wanted to kind of keep it at 11 items. I decided not to pull in another lip liner. There's not a specific one that I really want to focus on, and I feel like because I was really focusing on the Milani one this year, I was neglecting a lot of my other ones, so I'd like to just kind of play with my other ones for the rest of the year, and then maybe pick a new one for next year to start with. So I decided to bring this in. If you follow my Graveyard Project Pan, or if you followed, I think it was last year's Full Year Project Pan, you'll recognize this product. It's the Delia Organics Nail and Cuticle Oil. One of the reasons why I'm just pulling this in is because I've already weighed this and done the lines and the photos from the Graveyard Project. So I'm like, it's easy to roll this in. I've already done all the pre-work for it. And I am pretty close-ish. I don't think I can finish this by the end of the year, to be honest. Now that I'm looking at it, I'm like, it's just a little bit too much. But if I don't finish this by the end of the year, I can finish this through January and then that's it done. I've mentioned that I don't think this doesn't do anything. Maybe it does. I don't know. I just don't really notice a difference or benefit when I use it compared to when I don't use it. So I actually weighed that from my Graveyard Project Pan, so I'm introducing that at 28.19 grams. So that's it. That is my 10th update for my Project Pan, my Team Project Pan for 2021. I'm curious to know how you guys are doing on your Project Pans, how things are going. We're getting to the end of the year, which is a good thing and a bad thing. As I mentioned in my Pan That palette, like some items, like this kind of an item, like you work on it for so long and then finally you hit pan, and then that pan just like, it starts to like, you know, it's a little exponential on it. Which I guess it's more like this, not like this. Then other products, like this one, you're just like, oh my god, come on, you can do it. They feel a little draggy by this point. So I don't know, it's an interesting, it's always a much more interesting time, I feel like, for people's project pans at this point. So anyway, if you like this video, feel free to give it the little thumbs up down below. And if you haven't already, I would love it if you did subscribe to my channel here in Toronto, Canada. I hope you're doing well, and I'll see you sometime soon. Bye.